All right, we are live. And we have Lyle Atkins, Trail of Dreams Tournament Series live right now. Lyle, what's going on, buddy?
Hey Shane, how you doing, man? We got an exciting 2021 season planned. All the guys, the whole team's excited. We've been working on it for several weeks, and we're ready to put it out there and get things going. We've got several exciting things, and one of the things that's really exciting we'll get to here just a little bit is we want to talk about the relationship between Trail of Dreams and Doc Talk. So before we get into that, we want to talk about a little bit of the regular season.
Hey, what's going on, Lyle, man? I tell you what, dude, appreciate you having me. We kind of had a little bit of audio stuff we were working through, I know, but man, thanks for having me on your live tonight to kind of talk about, like you said, we behind the scenes, you and I've been talking for the last few months, along with a host of other folks and the team at Trail of Dreams Tournament Series. About looking at some new exciting ways to recognize anglers and to increase the coverage of a bass tournament and what's actually possible. So, man, thanks for having me on tonight. Thanks for man. Let's just. I know there's a lot of information. A lot of people kind of been asking about behind the scenes, kind of what's going on, what's some of this coverage that we're going to cover. So, yeah, man, thanks for having me here. I'm proud to be here. But man, let me just reverse the role just real quick, if you allow me to. I know I'm excited for the 2021 season after the 2020 pandemic, where you have all been battling, dude. It's been crazy. Uh, but man, give us a rundown. The folks at home, I'm like I said, I'm gonna kind of jump in as the interviewer real quick because that's what I normally do. But man, I want to know what's going on for 2021 schedule wise. What are we looking at this year?
Well, 2021, what's going on is we got three Master Series events. One at Yatesville, one at Canoa River, which is going to we'll talk about in a little bit, and one at Summersville, which will be our grand finale, similar to last year, maybe a little bigger and a little better. We're reintroducing the pro-ams, all new, and that's where you come into play. You and I have been a little bit excited. I personally and Trail of Dreams has thought what you and Doc Talk was trying to do for bass fishing was great, and you and I got together and started brainstorming, and we've got some exciting stuff we're going to make happen. But first, we're going to introduce our schedule. We're going to put it out tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to open our season for the regular events April the 17th at Summersville. We're going to follow up with the Master Series at Yatesville. We're going to St. Albans on Canoa River. We'll let out a lot of information on that. It's going to be a really big event, really exciting for the anglers. You know, Bob always wanted the Canoa Valley tournament to be not necessarily the biggest, but the best. And I believe this year will prove that it's bigger and better than anything we've ever had. Make a Wish on July the 10th. That's always been the charity of choice. We raised a lot of money last year with only one tournament. We got some goals this year. Guys, the kids that were helping you, the anglers, the people that donate, all stays right here in southern West Virginia, so we believe strongly in that. And like I said, we're going to finish up the year in Summersville. And if you was there last year, you know what happened. And without the pandemic, it can only be better. Assuming we get through all that. If not, we'll continue on and do. It was just a great event. I think everyone enjoyed it. But what we want to talk about tonight is I'm gonna turn the tables, maybe, and interview you some, Shane.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
That wasn't in our script and everything we talked about, but we're here to talk about the pro-am events
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what
yeah.
they are and why Trail of Dreams and why Doc Talk, West Virginia. Uh, myself and the crew, the team at Trail of Dreams, we've always been a big supporter of Doc Talk. I personally believe, you come to me or didn't come to me. We talked way before you started this, and way back when, I think I was your first guest. And actually, the dog's not home tonight, so we don't have to worry about barking, or she would be offered up her commentary. But I recognize a need for what you do for the sport to promote the sport, promote the anglers. We had the same vision of what we wanted to do, and man, I've always been a big supporter of yours and a huge fan, and proud of what you did.
Yeah, yeah, hey, man, I
So
appreciate that. You've always been open about that. And the compliments I appreciate. Like I've always told you, and a lot of other anglers that might come up, or for folks that are running a tournament or just have a question about getting into tournament fishing, they'll say, "Hey, man, appreciate everything you do, what have you." And I'm just a small piece of it. But it
you're
does make you feel good. And this is nothing about me. It's just about, man, we got an awesome opportunity. Uh, to really take advantage of the capabilities of technology now, where it takes your average Joe, someone like me that has zero audio, photography, video experience, allows me to teach myself and learn really quick with some of the new technology out there and actually bring it to the fans at home. So yeah, man, I 100% agree with you. I appreciate the support all along, and there's a huge opportunity we have for sure.
Oh yeah, it's great. And I wanna tell a couple of funny stories about Doc Talk that I've heard through the field. People, and you underestimate yourself when you say you're a small part. Both of us together are a small part of a big community, but we can be a big force in making things happen for the anglers. And a lot of the new anglers come up. You've played a huge part in making everything exciting for them. And I was talking to one angler who's new, not new to fishing, but new to tournament fishing, and he was going on about, man, Shane Range, and I was like, hey, dude, I can get you his autograph if you want. I know that guy. But it was funny. So people do appreciate. I mean, some of the old guys like me, we've known you forever, but these new guys, what they need to know is we're just regular guys. You
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
myself been a huge part, or not a huge part, or one part of Trail of Dreams. Trail of Dreams is an assembly of a good team of people. Is what makes us happen. I have the best partner in the world, Tony Keller, and we have assembled some of the best people, and we have new people coming aboard, such as yourself this year. Doc Talk's not exclusive. We've talked about that to Trail of Dreams and some of the products we're going to offer and help promote fishing will help every tournament trail grow
Yeah,
from here
yeah.
and will help these anglers grow. So we're excited about what you do and have to offer with us. And you and I both are dreamers, maybe, or visionaries, or we just like to get it done. So together, Doc Talk and Trail of Dreams is going to be able to bring a lot of coverage to bass fishing. So with that said, um, I'm going to ask you what do you have in mind for the Pro Am series?
So
What's
so if and I'll kind of, this will be kind of directly towards you, but also because you and I've spoken enough, we know exactly the direction we're going. But as far as what's out there and what's there out there for us to be able to really tap into, as someone from my side of really trying to capture these moments and be able to share those with, whether it be sponsors or whether it be with local communities. As we know, every bit of attention that we can gain and draw to fishing and what we bring, and not only that, but just introducing folks into the outdoors. We have a huge opportunity that is available right at our fingertips. A lot of the things we've talked about is anglers. How do you recognize the anglers more? To give you just a really quick example of, and I hope you've got to see just a few little teasers that we kind of have worked together to put out. Like I said, not a pro when it comes to photography, video work, but taught myself. We've got some really cool things going, and they're just turning out well. I'm going to rewind, Lyle. I'm going to play just a little clip from the tournament back in September in Summersville last year.
Yeah.
Was
Going into that, before you play that, yeah, that I was going to mention that too. We went into that raw, you and I did, and said, hey,
Yeah,
what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? And
yeah.
we decided last minute, hey, we're going to set up a table. We're going to show the anglers. We're going to offer a commentary. We got nothing back but great reviews for you and what you did and for our team. And with that, you and I developed a vision for what maybe local tournament coverage is. And we've researched that. You have more so than I. And we believe there's only one other state in the United States that may put out something equal to or better than what we're going to offer these guys. Would you say
Yeah,
that's fair?
Yeah, man. That's actually probably the best place to start, really. Um, as far as from my research, and man, I like to get on there and just read. I know it's been really quiet from my side for the last few months, and that's really what I've been doing: researching, studying, looking at different options to be able to bring coverage to the next level, but from a very small, tight, lightweight production type setup. The options are out there, and that's really where we're at. Is if you look at the and we won't throw any bunch of names out there, but if you look at the large professional trails out there, organizations that are what we are all striving to be or to compete with or offer up something equivalent or as close as we can get to coverage at the local level. We look at all the monies and dollars that it takes to do that. But right now, with the technology, like I said earlier, Lyle, is we know that it is available right at our fingertips. We're talking live coverage in the morning for blast off. We're talking about, and I got permission to use this. This is just a really quick example from my buddy. But for example, you come by for blast off, we throw up bow hauling from Buckhannon, West Virginia, right here. Of course, that is the junior bass master. I reached out to Dustin. He said, "Yeah, man, use that." But that's what we've got available at our fingertips right now. So, boom, we throw up your profile picture, where you're from, sponsor logos on your jerseys, and that just takes just something so small, takes it to the next level. Gives you your angler recognition. It gives you your sponsors the recognition. It helps grow this entire trail and everything that we're trying to gain exposure for everything we've
Let's
got going on.
yeah, let's talk about what the pro-ams is exactly.
Yeah,
The
man. Yeah, give us
pro-ams,
give the folks a rundown of the pro am.
we'll give you the basics of the pro-am, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do with it, what we're going to do for the anglers themselves. The pro-am series is going to be 50 boat tournament. We're going to limit to 50. The DNR's put a lot of regulations, limitations on what we can do, and different facilities have different limits. So this is the best way to get the most anglers on the water. 50 boaters, 50 co-anglers. Co-anglers may be limited to 47 in case a boater don't show up. We don't want to leave anybody on the bank. With that being said, the boaters fish against the boaters, $200 entry. The co-anglers fish against the co-anglers with a lesser entry of 100, and their limit's 3. Boaters limit is 5. Boaters will be fishing at a more professional level than they have. You will be fishing with your own skill. You won't depend on your buddy in the back. He's got nothing to do with your tournament. They're in their own tournament. With that being said, getting out there by yourself is for the guys that want to showcase their skill, and we're going to give them as much publicity as we can locally.
Yeah, I think that's like I said. I know I did some research and looked around all over the nation of what your grassroots organizations or trails are doing that can try to really put out a wonderful product for our anglers in our area. And we've got some stuff cooking that, man, I'm confident that it'll rank right up there with the ones really doing it the best. And just like you said, it is an exciting format. You show up, you fish alone. I personally enjoyed that vision. I'll share that with you, Lyle. I know we've talked about this, but whenever the pro am first kicked off a couple years back, when that thought was just kind of forming, and that inaugural season, I really felt personally that is a direction that we could really grow like a just I don't want to say an elite trail. There's so many great anglers all over the state and surrounding tri-state area, but it kind of gives us maybe a higher payout, more competition level with this a reach to be able to really gain some angler recognition for your sponsors and grow in the industry as we all like to do and want to compete as well. And again, everyone will benefit from that type of coverage as well.
Well, and with that being said, it gives a lot of coverage for the anglers, gives a lot of coverage for Trail of Dreams, and a lot of coverage for Dock Talk. But with that being said, we have a lot of new sponsors coming aboard, and we have some the old ones going to stay. But Trail of Dreams couldn't be what it has been without Freedom Outdoors. So I want to mention that the other sponsors they'll get their dues coming up in the next few weeks. there's been a lot of people that's excited about the trail. And with that comes opportunities for the anglers to have a better product and to have more payout with lesser out of their pockets. So we're working toward a future on that stuff also. But with the pro-ams, and the coverage, it's going to allow these guys to not only seek out sponsors of their own, but to let their families, give their families a way to see them and be proud of them. I mean, if they grow that sport.
I've always been a firm believer of that too. Is fishing, competitive fishing, not only around here, but you go to a large body of water that has great cell service and everywhere you go on there. Well, guess what? You can actually provide some amazing coverage as long as you have some kind of service out there. The only way to send out that data to Facebook or social media is you have to have some type of available data there. So here we are up against that big time here in West Virginia. But yeah, it is. We got a huge opportunity, man, to for sure, like you said, offer a killer product that you just don't get to see anywhere.
Before we dive in that, I want to say, that you have sacrificed your time on the water and fishing. When we first started this, you was going to be, man, I'm going to be a pro-am angler, and I'll help you in the morning, I'll help you in the evening. But as our vision grew, you gave up fishing. You're sacrificing your time for these anglers. So I want to mention that. Myself or Tony Keller, we've already decided we won't fish any of Trail of Dreams. That way we can give a better product. That is our decision. But you jumped right on board, joining us in that, giving your time. And these guys need to know that. So I appreciate it. Tony appreciates. The whole team appreciates what you're doing for Trail of Dreams.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be a part of it. Like you said.
With that being said, go ahead. Let's talk about what we're all going to do for the anglers.
Yeah, man. So I'll kind of take the floor if you'd like, Lyle, and kind of just give some folks a rundown of some things. But so, like we said, if you didn't get to see, I'm just going to give you a quick little progression of how things have developed over the last
the
6, 7
Summersville 6, just what you said.
Here you go.
Yeah, Summersville 6.
The Summersville
they got some
last,
nice fish.
But they've got some
last
quality
September.
fish.
And
hearing all the anglers talk today, extremely tough. So when you can come in with a solid limit.
Images, play a video in the video.
I tell you what, though, a lot of people don't get to fish this lake.
This is for the angler. This is for each and every one of you to be able to kind of, it's one, not all of us are going to chase a pro dream. We would all like to. But why can't we have something so great and exciting to be able to chase here right close to home, just a few hours away, and be able to get the coverage to be able your friends, family, and everybody to be able to sit at home is something exciting. So yeah, that's just one little example. There's obviously 3 sets of different kind of tournaments I know you all are going to offer this year, Lyle. Basically just a regular season tournament also. And of course the coverage for that will be a wonderful live setup. So you don't miss any of the weigh-in action. And I believe always going to try to get that morning blast off. That's something very exciting. If made available, like I said, we struggle with service, but we got some cool things in the works to make it happen this year. But also, another exciting way that we can recognize folks and really get this coverage going. Trying to just make sure we pull everybody back up here. Sorry, guys, we're just getting things lined out. But like I said, so your morning coverage, that could include, for the pro-ams, some angler interviews. These angler interviews will be played later during the day. We'll get to that. But also, like I said, the Master Series events, you take a step up a little bit, gets a little bit more competitive. Not always, in my opinion. The skills there all around, but a little bit higher entry fee, a little bit more chance to win. So we want to bring that coverage up a little bit. So there'll be, of course, angler interviews of the top placing teams after the events, right after the live weigh-ins. But this is going to be fluid. Lyle, I think you can agree. But these things are going to roll. You're not going to have multiple live streams to follow. You're going to have a live stream to follow from the start to the finish, from the weigh-in to the interview to the announcement of the winners. We're going to rock and roll with that and keep that going. A few short commercial breaks, but the live will continue all along. But yeah, so amazing coverage for the angler, amazing coverage for some commercial role spots there, potentially for the wonderful people that support the trail. We want to recognize them, and it's a win-win for a lot of folks. The communities get to see firsthand what we're doing. They don't just read about it in a post or a quick little video recap. They get to see this live. So we're going to offer up, like I said, live coverage in the morning. Of course, your blast offs, a little bit more extensive live coverage on the master events. And then of course pro-ams, man. That's I think where we have agreed that is going to be where we can really focus, a little less amount of anglers to focus on. So the ones that's ready to pony up and jump into this pro-am series, expect nothing but the greatest coverage and live coverage, recap, midday coverage. I think, Lyle, that was something really, really important to you, about like a midday. We're going to come at you after everyone blasts off and give you a little midday coverage. It'll give you some of those angler interviews from the morning and how they were feeling. Maybe your season points leaders for Angler of the Year races. A lot of different angles we can address. So I know I'm excited about that. Man, if you don't care, Lyle, I saw a comment and I'm just going to throw it out there. You got a lot of hey, what's ups. I see a Ben No Walk here that's saying what's up. You got Brad West. Ralston Painter, a lot of folks that support Trail of Dreams that love everything you all do. So I'm telling you, from me to you, Lyle, I'm beyond excited to continue to keep working on building this up to be something really exciting. It's a great opportunity we have.
First of all, let me correct you, Shane. It's
Uh-oh.
not what you all do. We've had this conversation. What is it?
Yeah.
What is
True.
it? What is it?
Yeah, man, it's us. I'm
It's
100% on board.
It's
Trail
what
of
we do.
Dreams,
Right. You're a
Dog
part of the
Talk.
team.
It's an exciting year,
Right.
and I
But
appreciate that.
let's start. Yeah, no, you're an important part of our team. Doc Talk, it's not to take away from any other trail, but we value you just like any other team member. And you and I've got a pretty good vision with Tony and on this stuff. But first of all, if you're going to be a pro-am angler, it requires a contract. If you need a contract, we've already got guys signing up. We're limited to 50. Inbox me your email, and I will shoot it over to you. There's a couple people I owe contracts to. The contract, it is a contract, not an entry form. It's got a lot of stuff about publicity in it. The first thing we need from you, and some of you have sent it, is a picture on a solid colored black background so Shane can take the background out that we can use. You can expect everyone to be promoted at some point in time. Is that correct, Shane?
Yeah. Luckily, got some software that can handle this many images at once. We're going to do our best to really make, like I said, exciting. What I need from you as an angler, just to give you all a little bit of a heads up, like Lyle said, this is your chance. This is what will be potentially popped up, just like I said right here. Bo Holland, my buddy there, but just for an example. So, for example, preferably a picture of you, if you are an angler, standing in front of a solid background with really good light. The software can take that out pretty well, but the more solid and lit up a solid background is, the better that image will be. Wear your jersey. This is your time to promote yourself. This is the goal of the entire coverage for this Pro-Am series. And really, all the Master Series and everything Trail of Dreams tournament series is put on this year. And glad to be a part of it. So get that picture. Waist up. Preferably, we will crop that down as need be, but waist up gives you an opportunity to be able to promote yourself, your brands, and the people you are representing as well. So that is important. Definitely need that profile picture. Face straight, right in front of the solid background. I can take care of the rest.
Every angler will be promoted on our social media page, first of all. Second of all, when you show up to a tournament, you're going to be interviewed at some point in time in one of the three tournaments. We're going to have a guy in the field on the ground. Corey Allen will be doing the parking lot interviews, and there may even be a little stage that we call you to for a more formal interview in the morning time. We're going to take the weigh-in. We're going to take the live stream through Shane's broadcast in the morning all the way to the end of blast. Is that correct, Shane? And you will be interviewing people in your studio?
Now, what is it? I'm sorry. I was reading up on a comment. Lee Hess, I'm going to give you a hard time, but I won't call you out, buddy. But yes, picture of the co-angler. Co-angler is key there. Co-angler, yes, we will take a picture of the co-angler. Send it in as well. Like I said, we're going to try to work in all these. I'm looking at some different ways to do it. Me and Lyle and the team and Tony have been talking and looking at some awesome ways. So, yes, co-angler, please send a picture in as well.
Yeah, yeah, we want to promote everybody. I mean, each and every person's important.
Yeah, yeah.
But with that being said, with the morning broadcast, your family can watch. It'll be left live. We're looking at other avenues to stream this. Yes. Then we're going to ask the anglers, the co-anglers. There may be some incentive for you to do so. We're working on that. But during the day, from blast till noontime or so, send in footage, pictures of fish, whatever you want to do to promote yourself, and that will be incorporated into our midday broadcast.
Yeah, we will. There's a lot of cool ways. Service, not to interrupt you, service is really spotty out there, we all know, but if there is a way that if you want to take that time, for sure, and take advantage of it, again, it's just added content that we can push out there. Helps recognize you as the angler. You catch a keeper. You want to throw it up there. You land a quick 5. Maybe you don't want to tell everybody that. But the cool thing with this is, and you and I have talked about this, Lyle, is it's going to be very important to read over those contracts because there's a lot of things that are going to be in there to really be able to make this as fair as possible. We're not having guys watching live stream trying to figure out where folks are. We deal with enough issues with small waters, but yeah. The more you want to send in that footage, maybe a quick little video clip you holding up a fish. It could be just a photo. Send them in, and as long as we can get that in time, we can add those things to the live stream. And like you said, it gives the families at home, the friends at home. Maybe an angler that just has to sit out a tournament. Maybe it's someone fighting a health issue that's just missing out on the passion that we all love and share, and you want to be able to keep up. Guess what? We're going to be able to keep up with it now live, and that's extremely exciting.
With that being said, and you've touched on something there. There's more people that watch these broadcasts after the fact than there is during the fact.
Yeah.
I've heard of people been in the hospital and watching them. Couldn't wait to watch Trail of Dreams weigh in. I've heard that. Had an angler in the hospital in Ashland. And someone we won't mention went out to the lake and took a lot of pictures and decorated the ICU with pictures. The gentleman didn't live, but he wanted to see the lake one last time. So we as anglers, there's a lot we can do by promoting the sport that, like you said, people that just can't go get to see.
Yeah.
So, but the pro-ams, if you're wanting to fish just a regular tournament, probably not for you. If you want to fish a tournament at the highest level you can locally with the most exposure you can, this is for you. This is as big a time locally as you can get.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Like I said, and it's not not trying to compare to anyone. We know what the professionals can produce. We know what your top organizations can put out there. But when I've studied, and you and I've studied, and the team studied, and looked at all these different organizations and different ways to keep up and follow. And this by far at the local level will be for sure some coverage that you're not going to want to miss, and you don't want to miss out on being a part of this first big year as things grow. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so after we move from the midday show, what's next?
All right, midday show. As far as the pro-am, we're gonna wrap up a weigh-in. Of course, live weigh-in. The goal, like I mentioned earlier, is start to finish coverage. Maintaining coverage, maintaining service enough to be able to stream that flawlessly. Great picture for all of you to enjoy at home. Angler interviews after the fact. We're looking at, there's so many different ways that we can really make it exciting and cover a bunch all at one time. So we're going to be doing that. Like I said, we're going to try to utilize Corey and Man on the Ground, even potentially during the weigh-in. We're going to look at that. These are some things, those little things, but 100% live streamed weigh-in, start to finish. Find exciting ways to be able to recognize our anglers, not only as they walk across the stage, but after the fact with interviews and different things as well.
Jeff Crothers will be helping you with the commentary, and there'll be times when the entire team may be part of this. But Okay, so we wrapped up and we're headed home. What can the anglers expect?
Man, real quick, Corey Allen do a comment up there. Yes, we did cover pro-am dates. Did you cover the pro-am dates? I know we kind
No,
of
we
rushed
haven't.
into that,
The
but
pro-am dates are on the beginning of the year is on April the 3rd at Sutton Lake. April the 3rd, Sutton Lake will be followed up with May the 5th at Summersville Lake. May the 5th, Summersville Lake. And it's a 3-tournament event. We'll end up on June the 26th at Stonewall Jackson. We're not sure what the incentives will be for Anglers of the Year. We're still working on a lot of them programs. We will be making announcements as those develop. But we've had publications contact us. We're not jumping on everybody. We're looking for the right one. We've got a gentleman in mind. I know he thinks I forgot him about writing articles for Trail of Dreams. We'd like to see that. But with that being said, we will do everything possible to promote the anglers in our sport without jeopardizing anybody. Wouldn't you agree, Shane?
yeah, for sure. The fact is that we all fish many different trails, many different organizations, and we are plagued with a lot of that here locally just because of our water size. So you definitely want to try to give the most exposure to every single person out there as we can, and like you said, without kind of it's always about the angler in mind. You're not going to have to worry about any kind of poor coverage. But as far as for you personally as an angler, we're going to treat everybody and really try to make it the best it can be, man. I mean that's the overall goal here for sure.
And the main goal is to have a good time, have fun.
Yeah.
That the only mission statement we have at Trail of Dreams is it's going to be fun. If it's not fun, we're not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to continue to change, and we're going to roll with it. This is just the outline of what's going on, guys. I want you to tell them when the tournament's over, wrapped up, what can we expect?
Yeah, man. Tournament wrapped up, complete. The goal this year, and it is going to be taken
It's
on
the
a
biggie.
lot, but I think we
Yeah.
can take take our visions as a team and as anglers in general to really try to grow the sport and try to combine all this footage that we have and for a inside the trail, basically after the tournament show. So you can go back and not only watch the lives, but you can get a full highlight into one episode for an Inside the Trail. That was something that I think is very important. You'll be able to watch this on many platforms. And we're going to try to get these over, I don't want to jump the gun, but I will confidently say we're going to try to find a way that where you can watch this, whether you have Facebook or not. Looking at options to definitely, and it's out there. We just got to work out a few little details, but to try to help you all get this on your YouTube pages as well, and after the fact, so you can find this multiple locations for whatever social media platform you follow, and then also. I know you are looking at some options for a website that's always been really important to you all, and we can easily get those videos on a website in the future once things kind of develop as well. So it gives folks everybody an option to be able to follow along with this stuff. This is probably the most important thing for me that I can speak. I know to you because you and I talk all the time, and most anglers, but this is important. The families, the friends, the non-anglers, maybe a high schooler that doesn't really know their way after they graduate high school. And guess what? If you are, I will throw that out there because I'm passionate about that as well as all these other folks, is right here's your opportunity. Co-angler, pro-am, the amateur side, show up at the ramp and you just fish. Pay your money and you fish. It's a phenomenal opportunity for someone without a boat. Cost wise, it's amazing, and you can win a lot of cash. And not only that, but it's just a fun time. Fun is what it should all be about. That's why we all do this anyway, man.
Yeah, I don't have the payout right in front of me right now, but think about this as a co-angler. Where could you pay $100? And I believe it's possibly win $1,500 for catching 3 fish.
Yeah, man.
That's good stuff. But we're excited about the show. We're excited about the season. All of our tournaments this year are limited. Some of it due to facilities, some of it due to DNR. The pro-ams are 50 boats. Summersville Lake, right out of the bat, 100 boats, $120 tournament. Yatesville, limited to 79. Why not 80? Because they have guidelines. Why not 75? Because we're allowed 79. So we want everybody who wants to have the chance to fish. That's a Master Series, a little bigger event, $250. Canoe River Master Series. Now this is where it gets touchy. Limited to 60 boats, $200. Canoe River Make-A-Wish, because of DNR guidelines, 50 boats at $120. Summersville Grand Finale, $200 a boat, 100 boats. Last year, we had about 140 teams try to sign up. So we turned away at least 40 teams. So we'll be getting all the information out in this coming week. We'll be getting entry forms out. Our website's going through some changes. We hope to have it up in the next few weeks. But we appreciate everything Doc Talk's going to do and help us grow the sport. I appreciate the team. I appreciate Tony. And we appreciate all the anglers and their excitement. Anybody's got any questions, you can call me or Tony if you have our numbers. If you want our numbers, ask for them. Inboxes, we'll answer any questions. Shane can answer a lot of questions. Corey, Jay, Jeff, John, Matt. Hope I didn't leave anybody out. But the entire team can answer most of the questions because nobody's left out of the know.
All right, and not to interrupt you, buddy, but while you're wrapping up, Ken Highworth, president of Bass Nation West Virginia, thanks for joining us, Ken, buddy. It's always a pleasure. But Ken asks, will the podcast or the live streams be available both on Trail of Dreams and Dog Talk West Virginia? So, yes. Actually, just finalizing just a few deals with Facebook and a few other places, and we are going to consolidate all of this. I say consolidate. There will be separate pages, but when we run a stream, this will be basically streamed to multiple destinations. So our goal is to be able to have this
and beyond.
What's that, Lyle?
And maybe beyond our two streaming.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of different options, but for sure, Ken, to address that question, what we can now for sure be able to find this on both pages at the same time. So that's exciting.
Yeah, we appreciate Ken and everything he does and the people at Bass for their contribution to the sport. Ken and I talk a lot. That's the organization. I'll be fishing. I'll go ahead and throw a little shout out to them there. The Buddy Trail's a good avenue to fish, and I hope to fish it. But Ken does a lot for bass fishing, so we appreciate him.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, listen, I appreciate you having me on.
I appreciate you having me on.
Huh?
I appreciate you having me on.
Man. So this is obviously, I know a lot of this software might look familiar to some of you that do follow along on Dog Talk. If you don't follow along on Dog Talk, man, head over. We cover a lot of stuff, tournament fishing in and around West Virginia. We're proud to be working together. Find that logo on Facebook. Of course, just a few places to find that. Of course, make sure you find and like Trail of Dreams on their Facebook page as well. And also, look on the website. Follow along on the website. Keep up with that as well.
Yeah, we're full supporter of what you're doing, Shane. Dog Talk West Virginia.
Does anybody else, if they do have a question, they can feel free to kind of punch them in real quick while we're finishing up. I know Corey kind of threw in there a point to hit on. Ben Nowalk, give him a shout out. Ben, great year last year. Me and him got to talk there not too long ago, but he had a phenomenal year last year, and I know he put in a ton of work. So, buddy, come on out, dude. This is definitely for you. Corey asked, though, Lyle, about the process of a co-angler, how they get partnered up and paired up. I know some might want to ask or curious of that while a few last questions come in.
Yeah, all of our pairing will be done with the computer unless there would be someone with special needs or special circumstance, and then we would work that out. Other than that, it's computer pairing about as fair as we can be. And the reason I threw out that little disclaimer is you never know, what's going to come our way. So we do reserve the right to pair someone with a special need with maybe an angler that would accommodate. But we don't plan on anything. But I wanted to throw that out there.
What about a co-angler? Do you have to fish all three events? I know this has been a topic of conversation.
Yeah, I think if you fish one event, you'll want to fish all three of them. Yeah. Right now, up until a certain point in time, we're only taking anglers that want to fish all three. As a boater, I don't know why you wouldn't want to fish all three. The money for the investment, the money's there. It's a good opportunity for you. So at this point in time, we're only accepting entries for people that want to fish all three. Co-anglers, we will accept individual tournaments. To protect the integrity of the trail, I'm going to say as a boater, you have to fish all three. That way, everybody, you're not fishing against people on their home water. If you want to fish all three, it's going to be a level playing field. I believe we'll fill them. I don't think there'll be a problem.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I know from my personal experience, it was so exciting showing up. And I'll kind of end with this, and I'll let you finish up on your deal. And definitely thanks for having me kind of hosting you, hosting us, one or the other. But it's
hosting
fun.
us.
But it's exciting.
Fun.
It just shows you the technology. Someone could be the guest and actually be running the the live. So it's fun. It's always going to be fun, and the day it's not fun, I know I'll step away. But it is all I think about. I love fishing. I want to promote our anglers, our sport, and what we always want to do. And that's continue to have the resource to be able to go and fish. But
I'm going to say this: you and I, we shoot a lot of stuff out. Everything that we've said, we're confident we can deliver. There's still a lot of things, guys, that me and Shane talk about that we're just not going to bring up right now. We might mention 100, 2 or 3 of them might stick, but we've contacted a lot of people, and we're trying to do a lot, and we're trying to change bass fishing. We invite everybody to be a part of it, at least 50 of you, to start the year out. So, but I can't say enough about Shane and the work he's doing for bass fishing, and I'm proud that we're partnered with him.
Well, I appreciate that. I really, really do. And it looks like one last one. Those Pro-Am dates, Bend No Walk, I'll shout them out. 4-3 at Sutton, 5-5 at Summersville, 626 at Stonewall. Make sure you watch back through this live stream, all this information there. And if you want more detailed information, Lyle, how do they find that?
The detailed information right now, it's not available to the public. If you want a contract, doesn't mean you have to sign it. But if you're thinking you might want to be part of it, whether you want to be a co-angler or a boater, inbox me your contact information, being a email address and phone number, and we will get it to you and specify whether you are a boater or a co-angler. Different contracts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't let contracts scare you. It's just a formal agreement to protect the whole sport. It's like a big giant entry form. Nothing.
Well, man, and not only that, man, it was something. And I'll just recap my experience on the Pro-Am 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, year before last. But now that it's 2021, Happy New Year to everybody. Like we had talked, I was excited as an angler, to be able to go out and really kind of fish alone, put my skills to the test against these other anglers. These are anglers that I've looked up to since I started tournament fishing. I can name, the list of names is forever long because we have phenomenal anglers in our state. Gave me an opportunity to go fish head to head against these guys. And I got to meet some amazing anglers that were in the boat with me that I got to share. A lot of these guys own their own boat. They just wanted an ease of a tournament to be able to show up, pay your money, and fish. And you learn so much. You learn off of other people just as much, if not more, than fishing alone. There's so many cool advantages of it. You get to really see the inner workings of a tournament trail if you've never got to experience it, which is fun. Top trail, top experience. And I'm glad to be a part of it, man. So thanks for having me. I'm going to hop off here and let you finish up, Lyle. And I'm excited for the 2021 season, the partnership with Dog Talk West Virginia, and, of course, Trail of Dreams. Very, very excited to put out some amazing media coverage of these events. So thanks again for having me, man. And if anybody needs anything from me, give me a shout. We're going to be firing up Dog Talk West Virginia again. Like I said, finally back on track, and we're ready to go for 2021. So thanks again, guys. Y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, the only thing I got to add in the closing is if you want to be part of some excitement that may change or is going to change the way bass fishing is locally, then the Pro-Ams is for you. If you want to keep up with tournament coverage, I encourage you to go over and like Doc Talk West Virginia. Shane does a great job. We're proud of our association with him. And Trail of Dreams is here for all bass fishing organizations, just like Shane is. We're helping a few others do some things, but we want to grow the sport. With that being said, anybody wants any more information, contact us, and we'll see you at the tournaments.